like a miracle. It will disappear.
Trump, unfortunately, won't disappear. He's going to be back in some form, whether it's to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or it's going to be Gonzo the Destroyer, or it's going to be he'll be back.
Or Bubba's cellmate.
Bubba's cellmate. But unfortunately, he left behind a disastrous mess in our country that we have like mutated variants of the coronavirus from Brazil, and United Kingdom, all crazy places. So I'm going to put up the first article, which is like, because it's New Jersey, so I got to post it up. So pretty much what's going down in the NJ, in the Garden State, they got the first known U.S. death from the UK variant. Even though people were saying it's supposed to be less deadly, someone died from it. So that's what's going on. So one person in New Jersey has died from the coronavirus, first isolated in UK. So that's what's going on. So 4 cases were recorded in Ocean County. People know Jersey, where that is, and Essex and Morris. One is ages 10 to 65. So, and then what's not in this article, what I heard about the guy who got the Brazilian in Minnesota, the one that got the Brazilian variant, he traveled to Brazilian lately. Like, how do you get to Brazil lately?
I don't know. He swam there from Minnesota.
How people still traveling around the country, world right now, and not being quarantined and getting viruses in our country. So that's another story about all this like variant stuff that's happening. Like people just willy-nilly bringing in all kinds of Velociraptor variants of the COVID-19 virus. So
I mean, they have 2 cases of the South African variant in South Carolina. Like, how the fuck you make that connection?
Like, he can't fucking stay home, bro, for like a month. Chill. Like, so this is just. Like,
I've been saying this for like almost a year.
So that's what's happening with the variant. The first death from the UK variant, a little too close to home. I like to go to Jersey for Wegmans is in that county, so now I don't want to go there no more. So
why are you going to Jersey to go to Wegmans though?
Because that's the bigger Wegmans. The Wegmans is way bigger. The one in Brooklyn is mass small. It's like a bodega Wegmans.
That shit is They got $1,000 cheese there. What are you talking about?
I'm not buying the cheese from Wegmans.
They have a fucking restaurant in there. What are you talking about, bodega? You I don't like you no more. I'm over here talking. I'm just saying, this Wegmans over here in Brooklyn is like the bee's knees. It's everything. It's everything. You're talking about pathetic.
I just did the Principal Skinner. I'm sorry. So Phil can play this. So Phil can play this clip right here that talks about what he brought up Dr. Virginia is about the Brazilian, how this guy even got the Brazilian variant in the first place.
It's like now in the United States. Case just confirmed in Minnesota. Now that variant was first identified in Brazil. Okay, and by the time it's identified, it's there, it's spread, and it is taking a deadly toll. Matt Rivers is there at the epicenter out front.
The tense quiet outside the small hospital in Iranduba, Brazil, can change so fast.
Easy.
An ambulance suddenly pulls up in front of the hospital as a woman inside is given CPR. Medics desperately trying to save her. But a hospital source.
This is how the zombie apocalypse starts.
This video was shocking.
And this is the opener to ones, like people freaking out for the ambulance.
They pushing on a chest.
The overwhelmed hospital is a small example of a massive outbreak here in Brazil's northwest. Its epicenter, known as the gateway to the Amazon, the city of Manaus. The city of about 2 million is replete with scenes like this. Patients packed into unsanitary hospitals with a startling lack of ventilators or even just...
So somehow this guy went to Brazil, he came back, and now he has it. So
by far, many here are just simply waiting to die. This doctor says we've got 15 patients and there's 2 beds. It's difficult to say that we choose who lives and who dies, but we do try and save the ones with the best chance to live. Health officials at all levels have acknowledged shortcomings, and doctors and nurses are clearly doing their best with the little they have. But Manaus has been here before. In April and May last year, the healthcare system collapsed for the first time during the first COVID-19 wave. Some studies suggested up to 75% of Manaus got the virus, Thousands of newly dug graves pockmarked the city cemetery, but now even those.
And people still think it's a hoax, so I don't know at
So
this
that's why
point.
the government
What
is
takes you to
quickly
believe
building
this is
these-
real?
We're hearing less and less of those voices now, though.
Basically
Yeah,
Possibly because they got the
stacked
Rona
on top
and they've
of
got a
one
tube
another,
down
and
their
they're
throat and they
doing
can't
it
breathe.
Oh shit!
They're running out of space. By the time this project is ultimately done, the government says they will have built 22,000.
Hey, look at this. How
graves
can you say
to
this
meet
is
the
not real,
expected
man? They're
demand.
like using.
So many
Oh
people
my
got
God.
sick the first time. Many
Is it possible that like migratory birds are bringing that shit back here?
Despite many
Birds?
from experts that might not
Yeah,
be
migratory
true,
birds.
Brazil's COVID
They
skeptic
what they
president, Jair
taking a shit in
Bolsonaro
someone's
says
mouth or
there
something
will
like that and
be
get the coronavirus?
Ah, they just kind of peck at the ground next to
And
you.
then came a
They do it like a little bird
variant,
cough.
P1,
Yeah.
originating right here in Brazil.
Cough in your face.
Storm.
I mean, you want to talk about bird flu?
I'm usually not an alarmist about these kind of things, and I'm concerned about what we're seeing in Brazil right now.
A recent study in Manaus found.
Wait, that's it? That's the whole clip? That's the whole quote?
Yeah, just want to scare you and not really say why.
Man,
That's what
that's why
CNN
people
does,
don't-
right?
yeah, that's why people don't trust CNN.
Yeah, you're about to die. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna kill you though.
With COVID for weeks, in desperate need of better care.
Wow, they got the mask on. They standing like 4 car lengths away from each other. The shit is real, son.
Yeah, they're driving between traffic.
For help to the world, she tells us. Tell them that this system is killing Brazilians. People who can't get into hospitals are dying. Halfway through our interview, though, we had to pause. There was a new suspected COVID patient arriving, crying, as he's admitted.
Yeah, he's not responding either.
Knows what can happen once you go inside.
Incredible reporting. Matt, what are you able to tell us? Because I know this is going to become so crucial. About
I don't think I'm ever going to leave my house again.
infection.
Watching what's going on in Brazil.
I'm supposed to go to Wegmans tomorrow. You know, the little tiny bullshit bodega that doesn't have anything in it.
On the inside, I can tell you that scientists here in Manaus
Tiny
have
Wegmans,
identified
where you like,
at least one case.
Yeah,
of
fuck
somebody
you.
you can grab the orange juice and slice a piece.
I'm
at the
so
same
proud
time.
to go there.
this.
Yo, no.
Also provide antibodies from a previous infection. So there's of course
You
a
can
risk.
shoot
They
a
treat their
movie.
workers like human beings.
You can shoot a movie and get a hot dog at the same time.
Anything conclusive from that. Two, it does appear that vaccines will still work, but I can tell you, Aaron, we know that this variant has been found in the U.S. this week, and there are a lot of people here in Manaus who would tell Americans, take this seriously. Look what's happened here.
All right, Matt, thank you very much.
You know,
So,
the biggest fear that I have about these variants that are coming up is that I worry that the virus is going to become a little bit more sophisticated in the way that it presents itself to the immune system.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're
And-
saying that it's becoming more invisible to that kind of the antibodies. That's what makes the Brazilian more lethal. It can pass body antibodies.
Right. And then the second part of that is, will it become more effective at killing its host? Because really, the most effective viruses do not kill the host, because the thinking is we need to we can't kill the host before the host can spread more of us, because that's kind of like the point, right?
Yeah.
But what if some of these mutations, become a bit more deadly than the ones that was first introduced to humans from the bats, over a year ago?
Yeah. And that's the problem. If we don't control it, the worse, the mutations are going to become. And then at that point, what's the point of a vaccine? So that's when we need to get a vaccine in this variant and control it. The same thing you do with the measles and smallpox. If we didn't do that, we probably have some super monster measles or super monster smallpox. So if we don't get immunity from the virus in a population aspect, then it's going to, who knows? And it's so scary that you have this situation with Brazilians really like warning us about this variant. We didn't get that with the other variants. Other variants are kind of like, oh, like, you guys fucked up. The Brazilians are like, yo, watch out for this. Watch out for this, yo. People are crying outside the hospitals.
And then what I want to know is, for all the people that keep saying that, oh, it's a hoax, it's a hoax, it's a hoax. So you're telling me that these random people in Brazil are in on it? Like, come on, son.
Yeah. So that's the virus segment. I guess follow us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. We're all up in there, and then Dr. Reginius, he's up on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. and that's the virus segment. So